Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. Fight fans worldwide, you've tuned into the #1 undisputed boxing podcast today. This is the Boxing Breakdown. Now, your heavy-handed, hard-hitting host, Mark Roxey.
What's up, what's up, what's up? And welcome to another edition of the Boxing Breakdown. I am your host, Mark Roxey, and I'm delighted to be with you today. Thank you for joining us. If you are on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, thanks for listening today. And we are, man, you guys are in for a treat. You don't even know what's going to happen today unless you follow us on Facebook or Instagram. You really don't know what you're in for. You are in for a major, major treat. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about, actually, you guys, if you listen to the podcast for many years, you know who my favorite fighters are in this boxing game. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite all-time fighters who I have the pleasure of having on the program, James Nathaniel Toney, born August 24th, 1968, the same year I was born, is a professional boxer. He basically competed from 1988 to 2017. He held multiple world championships in 3 weight classes, including the IBF and the lineal middleweight titles from 1991 to 1993. The IBF super middleweight title from 1993 to 1994, and the IBF cruiserweight title in 2003. Toney also challenged twice for a world heavyweight title in 2005 and 2006, and was victorious for the first time, but was later stripped of his title. Overall, he competed in 15 world title fights across 4 weight classes. Stylistically a defensive boxer, Toney utilizes the shoulder roll technique taught to him by veteran trainer Bill Miller, who had once also trained Ezzard Charles. Toney was an exceptional counterpuncher, inside fighter who often preferred to fight off the ropes. He possessed fast hand speed and respectable punch power throughout his career, and is also noted for his tough way of fighting. Having never lost any of his 92 professional bouts via stoppage, James is one of the toughest fighters you will ever meet. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to bring into the studio, welcome to the Boxing Breakdown, Mr. James Lights Out Toney. What's up? What's up? What's up? Where you at? Where you at? Hold on. Where you at, James? I seem to have lost your audio. Give me 1 second, man. After that intro, I wanted you to come in and knock someone out for me. But let me see if I can get you back on here. James, welcome to the program. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey.
There you are.
What's up, man? I want to tweet. You got me?
I got you, brother. I got you.
Hey, you were good. You were good. You were great on the announcement, but you messed up on 2 things.
Tell me.
I am also a light heavyweight champion and a cruiserweight champion, and also I'm one of the heavyweight champions. Also, I won the IBA heavyweight championship, and it don't matter to me. Heavyweight champion, heavyweight champ.
Yo, listen. I just want everybody who's listening to the program right now to know something about James Lights Out Toney. If you had to research Toney, it would take you literally a month to research everything that he did. I only read, so I prepared like 5 paragraphs. I only read 2 of them. And I didn't even get to the good part, the part you just told me, which is, I could go on and on about your career. People, and you know what else about what I wrote here? I wrote something else. You were a defensive fighter, but people don't understand what kind of power you actually had in your punching. And there's another thing about it. I mean, I could go on and on. You also had on your left side of your body, you had one of the most intelligent left side punch combination. I mean, the way that you work the left side is what gave you the right side. And if you really study, folks, if you guys really study his films, you're going to see what I'm talking about. That left side was so educated that it opened up the right side all day long. So anyway, we can go on and on. How are you? Tell the fans of the Boxing Breakdown how you're doing.
Oh, I'm doing very well. I mean, I'm so blessed, man. I have a beautiful family. My after career is going great. I'm doing a documentary. I'm doing TV shows. I have all my products coming out. So everything's going great. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself for the first time in my life. And I'm just love kicking back, laying back.
Yes.
Having fun and watch you do your thing.
Oh man, listen, me doing my thing pales to you doing me watching you do your thing for all the years. And also, I haven't seen you since we were in Atlantic City. And listen, guys, when I tried to get close to James Toney to have a conversation with him, you have to understand there was a line of people waiting to get your autograph. And I just stood back and I was like, oh man, like, am I ever going to get a chance to talk to you? And, I know that God had a blessing for me waiting so I could have you on the podcast. That's why we didn't talk.
Hey, but you know what? All the people in Atlantic City, I mean, I was so thankful for them to even come see me. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed. And then to meet you was also a blessing. And, hey, I would love to, like I said, we asked to come in your show anytime, Mark. Anytime, I got you.
Oh, call man. Me. I love you so much. So congratulations on your Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame induction. That was a spectacular weekend. You were on fire. Your speech was on fire, and the crowd went nuts when you came up.
Hey, you know what? That's what I do for the fans, because I look for the fans in boxing when I was fighting. Is there would be no James Toney. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm real thankful for the fans. I'm very, very thankful for the fans and for the so-called reporters out there. You know what I'm saying? But I have fun. Last year was great. I haven't been there in 20 years, man. I've been in the last time I was in that hotel where I fought Murray Sosa there in 1991.
Wow.
And that was a long time ago.
Wow. That's unbelievable. So you hadn't been in Atlantic City since 1991.
Yep.
Wow.
Look, before that, I was fighting there every 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then as the more and more exposure I got, and then everybody wanted to see me fight in the West Coast and see what I had, see if I was a real deal. Hey, let's go.
Wow. Listen, for those of you listening in today, do you guys understand that James Toney's record is 77, 10-3 with 47 big wins coming by way of knockout. He maintained a 51.9% KO ratio, lights out, baby, from 1988. Right? Can you believe that? I mean, that to me, that's incredible. What do you attribute your long career? Because I mean, some people say it was short. Certainly was short for me, because I could still watch you box now. But what was that like? Tell me about your career.
I mean, you know what? I turned pro October 26th, 1988. And in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. As a matter of fact, you know who made their pro debut with me was Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We turned pro on the same car with the same promoter for a little bit. And then I fought again December 3rd. I just wanted to fight. You know, I want to be the best. I watched all the old school films with Ray Robinson, Ella Childs, Archie Moore, Rocky Marciano, Jake LaMotta, all these great fighters. I wanted to be like them and better. And then I saw then I met Tommy Hearns and saw him fight, fell in love with the game even more. And then I saw Marvin Hagler and the Hagler-Hearns fight. That was the one that really turned me on.
Wow.
I want to be like them too. They were both two of the best fights ever. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like them. So I have my mind on go all the time. Wow.
I mean, that's incredible that they inspired you like that, because you inspired a generation of fighters. I mean, so first of all, there are fighters that I've talked to, trainers, people that I've come across. Whenever we talk boxing, we talk the greatest, you come up, not only as a defensive fighter, which we'll get into, but just as a professional boxer. You entertained and delighted fans for so many years that I just, you know, I can't say enough about your fighting style. Who gave you that style?
Well, you know what? At first, I was just trying to knock everybody out. You know what I'm saying? And as an amateur, I was 31-2 with 29 knockouts.
Wow.
But then when I turned pro and I started training, I met Bill Miller. Bill Miller, who trained as a child, trained with Ray Robinson, trained Tommy Hearns. He even trained Emmanuel Stewart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I got with him, and I started studying his catalog of fighters he had. And he told me, "You be better than me. You gonna do all of it. I'm gonna have you do everything." And at first, it was crazy. It was hard at first. Then once I got into my mind, got into my spirit, I was going. I was trying. Everybody think I was just a digital fighter. My main goal was to knock you out.
Yes.
Or beat you up. But as long as you can take it, I can just dish it out.
Well, you did.
That's the main thing. It's everybody, but I'm really attacking fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm trying to knock your head off. But defense, I picked up from Bill Miller. He taught me that. Taught me all my moves, because everything he taught as a child and just Walker, he taught me.
Wow. No, I mean, it when you watch your style, you just had incredible eyes, incredible hands, and your defense, your defense wasn't only your upper body. Your defense was also your footwork. When I look at your footwork, there's an incredible amount of detail to how you use your feet in relationship to your defense and your counterpunching. I mean, it all was based. I watch you set your feet to the right line, and then you execute the defense. You pull the guy in, and then you get him. Talk to us about what goes through your head when you're setting up a guy. Walk us through that.
Well, at first, when I first worked on that with Bill Miller, it was a lot of ass whoopings that I took.
Oh, shoot.
Because trust me, when you're in Detroit,
back
in the day, we had Tommy Hearns, Dwayne Thomas, David Braxton, Willie Edwards, all the great fighters. You either going to shit or get out the pan. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I had to learn. But then once I became of age, 18, 19 years old, I started taking over, doing my thing. And like I said, everything Bill taught me and showed me on film, I went home and practiced every day.
Wow.
I pretend I was that fighter. Sometimes I'll pretend I'm Willie Pep or Ray Robinson or as a child and try to fight like them, you know what I'm saying? To emulate them. And by the grace of God, I was able to catch on.
Wow. So who actually was your favorite fighter?
Sugar Ray Robinson, the greatest of all time.
Yes. Okay.
Ali, he's the greatest motivated all the time. Motivated. You know what I'm saying? He's not the greatest fighter. Ray Robinson is because Ali wanted to be like Ray Robinson.
Right.
Everybody keep on forgetting that.
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, listen, folks, did you hear what James Lights Out Toney just said? His favorite fighter. For all you boxers that are out there, we have a lot of boxers, James, that are tuning into the program, and a lot of them listen to the podcast because they want to hear from greats like you, and they want to hear how did you become who you became. And you just told them your favorite fighter. So folks, if you guys are out there learning how to box or trying to get better at your craft, you need to study James Toney, and you need to study anybody James Toney studied. How about that?
Hey, check it out. I studied Ray Robinson, Eddie Charles, Archie Moore, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. Those are the only 5 I looked at.
Wow.
The only 5 I looked at. I took some from each and every one of them and tried to put it in my arsenal.
Wow. That's amazing. So out of all of the boxers that you fought, I mean, and there are 90 of them, there were 90 fighters that you fought. Who was your toughest opponent?
I have 2. Mike McCallum was the first one. Mike McCallum was a dog. I told him before the fight, I'm knocking your ass out. He said, no, I'm knocking you out. So we'll see about that. Everybody, because the first fight, everybody said he's going to run me over and do this, do that. I said, okay, whatever. But when that bell rang, hey, I was on it.
Wow.
Second one, hey, Roy Jones was fast. He was the fastest fighter I ever fought. But that was my fault, my bad, because I did not come to the fight in shape.
Right.
But he got a gift that night. God bless him. He's still good. He's a great fighter. I take it away from him.
Yes.
I take nothing away from Roy Jones Jr. Great fighter, fast as hell.
Wow.
But other than that, those are the only 2 those are the only 2 fighters who ever gave me problems.
Wow. And so for those of you listening in, so James Lights Out Toney fought Mike McCallum at 160 pounds in 1991, December 13th of 1991. And that happened at the convention center here in Atlantic City. And it went the distance. It was a split decision draw. And so you heard why.
Everybody know I won that fight.
Tell us about that.
He know I won that fight. He got a gift.
Right. Wow.
If I had 40 more seconds that last round, I would have knocked him out.
Yeah, and the scores were very close in that fight. I think Robert Cox had you guys drawn at 114 to 114. Tom Kazmau. Yeah, he was drunk. He was drunk, and then I mean, I get it. That was an amazing fight, and it was could go either way, I guess.
Nope.
So, and then you fought him again.
And the same time I beat him, he ran. He was scared to death. He ran, but I still put him a little bit, and then we fought a third time. I knocked him out.
And then and so then let's fast forward to the Roy Jones fight that took place in November. I think it was November 18th, 1994. You fought at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and that was for the IBF World Super Middleweight title.
Yes.
Yeah, and so walk us through that fight. How'd that go?
Well, okay. I'm gonna backtrack this a little bit.
Yeah.
I fought Prince Charles Williams July 29th at Vegas at the MGM Grand. Knocked him out, 12th round.
Right.
And then after the fact, I told Bob Arum and Jackie, I said, look, y'all got to August 24th to get the fight with Jones made.
Right.
If not, I'm going on vacation. I'm done for the year.
Okay.
August 24th came and went. So me and my crew, we were on vacation.
Yes.
And here we are, September 18th. Jackie calls me. She said, James, we got the fight done.
Oh, I see.
Jackie, I said, what that tell you? August 24th, which is my birthday. No, I'm done. I'm on vacation. She said the magic words.
Wow.
$9 million.
Oh, okay.
I told her, I said, I'll be back tomorrow. And so I told everybody, get ready to go. Let's go. We got to leave. I said, Trevor Roy Jones. And they said, when's the fight? I said, November 18th. That's not enough time.
Wow.
I said, whatever, we're going to make it happen. And so, mind you, I fought Prince Williams at 168. And here we are, September 18th. I'm 205.
Oh, snap.
And so all I did was train to get the weight up. I didn't train for him.
Right.
I just trained for the weight.
Yeah.
And I was tired. I was weak. By the time I got on the scale, if you look at the clip today, you see how dead I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before the fight, and then when the fight happened, I came back in the first round. I told Bill Miller, we ain't got nothing tonight, but he ain't do shit to me.
Wow.
He ran. He did what he had to do. He ran.
Right. Well,
he landed his shots. He landed his shots, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But see, I'm the only one he never gave a rematch to. He never gave me a rematch. I guarantee this: if we had a rematch, it'd have been a whole different story.
Well, and for those of you tuning in, again, listen. Thank you for being with us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. But you guys know that when a fighter is not prepared, or the fighter, in your particular case, it was perfect timing for the fight for them, because you had been on vacation, you're not ready to go, but the money's so good, you take the fight, and then there's no rematch offered.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, had there been a rematch offered, what would have happened?
Different story. It was lights out, baby, all day.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I believe that to be the case. I believe that to be the case because James Toney out of shape doesn't do what James Toney does when James Toney's in shape, for sure.
No.
So,
and you know what?
Yeah.
Like I said, I blame nobody. Everybody thought I blame Jackie. I take the total blame for that because I should have known better. Right. I should have waited till the new year, and then from then it'll be a different story. Y'all would have heard of Roy Jones again. But hey, it is what it is.
So I have a question for you, Lights Out. I have a question. This is the question. So when I've talked to a couple of people that used to watch you spar, and I just need to either know if this is the truth or if this is a myth about your greatness, right? So I heard somebody say, yo, James Toney will walk in the gym, no warm up, nothing. He comes in the gym, combat boots, probably work boots. He comes right on in the gym, takes his stuff off, goes right in the ring, no headgear, boxes. Is that how you go?
Hey, I used to do it all the time.
Wow.
Especially if somebody called me out.
Yo. That myth is not a myth. That's in fact truth.
Man, look, when I boxed Danny Green, the light heavyweight champion at the time, I was at home, and Freddie called me like at 11 o'clock in the morning. I had been out all night partying, doing what I do.
Right.
And we here in LA, so you know how wild it gets. And so he said, somebody out here he called you out, they want to see you. I said, who is it? He said, he's a champion. Oh, excuse me. I said, what's his name? He said, Danny Green. I said, I'll be here in 30 minutes. So me and the crew got going.
Wow.
I came to the gym and said, oh, you want to see me, son? He said, come on, you ain't what you supposed to be. You ain't tough. I was okay. I said, get my shit. Excuse me. Get my stuff. And I put my gloves on, and everybody, if you watch the film, you see what I did to him.
Wow.
I destroyed him.
How did
I I messed up his pride. and he was from Australia. I said, was it worth you coming from Australia to get this ass for?
Wow.
Was it worth it?
That's amazing. So what about, hey James, what about your chin? There's been a lot of talk over the years, over the many, many years of you fighting. People said, man, you cannot sleep James Lights Out Toney. What is that about?
That's not happening because I was born to fight. Everybody else was taught to fight. That's the difference between me and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I can fight, and I do a lot of neck exercises, and I just been blessed. Period. Blessed. God gave me a strong chin.
Yo, 77. No, well, forget 77. 90 professional boxing matches, folks, and never was put out. Never. That is so impressive, man.
Never.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, I could go on and on about that, just that alone. Cause most fighters could, first of all, to have a career of 90 professional fights, how many fighters get that far in the boxing game? Like, really?
Look, you look like this. My first 2 years in the sport, I had 25 pro fights.
Wow.
I fought twice a month for 2 years.
Amazing.
Check my record. True story.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at your record right now. It's factual. It's factual. All right, let's go to your pro debut. This is for the fans, right? Because I know I already looked at it. Like in your pro debut in 1988, you fought in October. You fought again in November. You fought again in January. You fought again in January. You fought in February. Yo, that's crazy. Boxers don't do that anymore.
And look, I called for. I wanted it. Everybody say you want to take breaks. A break for what?
Amazing.
Even when I became world champion, I kept my pace up. I fought a title fight, and then I fought a non-title fight. I fought a title fight, and then another non-title fight. I stayed busy.
Wow.
I won the championship, and I was making great money. I still wanted to fight.
Right.
Because I love to fight. I just love to fight. You got to love to fight to do this. Like I said, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And you definitely, they have you as the top, they have you listed as in the top 5 most defensively skilled fighters in the history of boxing.
I should be number 1 and the reason why is because I not only do defensive moves, but I make offensive movements awful.
Yeah.
And a lot of fighters don't do that. They run up out of there. I stay in the pocket. I stay in front of you, you won't hit me.
No, you actually pull them into the pocket. You pull them to you. You pull them into the fight. And it's so, folks, if you haven't watched James Lights Out Toney's fights, go on YouTube.
Go watch the film.
Yo.
It'll show you what I do it and how I do it. I promise you, you'll see the best fighter in the world, period.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that, it's easy to say top 5 fighters. I get that. Because then you're not really going to have to argue with too many people. But yeah, arguably the best defensive fighter in the history of the boxing. No doubt.
Oh, that's no doubt right there.
Yeah.
Look, who stands in front of you? I stand in front of you, you can't hit me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everybody else, they run up out of there. I stay in the pocket and deflect your punches and make you miss, and then tear your ass and then try to tear your hair off your shoulders.
Yeah.
That's me.
What was your favorite punch?
I'm gonna say the right cross.
What about the left hook?
Oh, that's a close second.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of
my number 2 punch is my uppercut. My uppercut overhead right combination. My uppercut overhead right left hook combination. That's my favorite shots.
Wow. That's amazing. Listen,
I learned that combination from Eddie Childs.
From who? From Eddie Childs? Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. So, folks, study Eddie Childs. Get him on. Get him on.
Hey, all you fighters out there, all you aspiring fighters out there, go study Eddie Childs, Archie Moore, Sandy Sadler, Jake LaMotta, and they all give you something. Take something from it.
And James Toney.
And Tommy Harris.
Yeah.
And Marvin Hagler.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Those are among the best fighters ever to play this game, ever in boxing. You know? So, all right. So I have to ask you this question. Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. What do you think?
What you asking me?
I'm asking you who you think wins that fight. Gervonta Davis?
You already know. You already know who won that fight. It's not going to be Garcia. He gonna get destroyed. You know what? Ryan's the all right fighter, but you know what? He should have had tougher competition like I did.
Yeah.
All these fighters all these young fighters, they need a stiff competition to prove themselves.
Yes.
Now they just get title fights, no matter what.
Right. Yep. Okay. Well, you heard it right there. You guys heard the prediction. So, you know, I tend to agree with that prediction. Very, very accurate prediction there. Who was your favorite coach that you ever worked with?
Bill Miller.
Bill Miller.
Because he was so knowledgeable. He gave me so much knowledge. And the guy, everybody talk about Bill Clinton had the largest film collection. This man right here, he had every film of just about every fighter from the old school days.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I used to be lucky enough to go to his house and watch them. It was crazy.
So
we would sit there, we watch this guy battling Siki and whatnot. Man, it's crazy, man. Those were good old days.
Yes, sir. So now you have a son, right? Don't you have a son?
Yes, sir. 2 sons, 2 boys.
Tell the listeners about your family. Tell the listeners about your sons.
My son James Jr., he's on vacation right now. He don't know if he's gonna be a fighter or a lover. So so you know what? So what I do with that one right there, when he gets serious, let me know.
Right. I got that.
I don't want him to get hurt. I'm not gonna do him like Chris Eubank Sr. does. Oh, my son's not gonna be a champion. I won't say that.
Yep.
My other son, he don't want to box. He's gonna be either a scientist or I have no idea. He don't know really or cartoonist.
Wow.
So I'm blessed. So whatever they want to do, I'm behind them 100%.
No, absolutely. That's great. I mean, that's so exciting that you have two sons that are both doing amazing things. You can't ask for more.
Yes, blessings from upstairs, man. I'm blessed.
So tell the fans and tell the listeners what you're up to outside of boxing, because we know you're very much involved in boxing, but let's talk about some of the other things you do, some of the other businesses.
Well, right now I have my cigar business. As you know, I've been selling cigars for the last 3 years. James Lights Up Tony Baby Cigars. Matter of fact, my main guy is in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Philly. So he makes all my cigars. Great guy. Nicaraguan. I have Nicaraguan flavors and all that. Nicaraguan Cuban mix. And,
wow.
And I also have my product. I have my shaving cream coming out. Deodorant.
Wow.
Fat burners. Of course, you knew I was coming. The fat burners, I needed it. And then, of course, then on the TV side, I have my documentary coming out, and we're on a few shows, trying to get on a few shows right now. I said, God's been great to me, man. I'm blessed.
Oh, amen. God has been great to you, and you sound and you look great. I saw you in Atlantic City, and man, you look great. You look in great shape. You are hilarious. I remember you and Iran Barkley squaring up, having words with each other. You guys are so funny.
He always, man, you know what? I try to be cordial towards him. He always would say, "What's up, Tony? You want me, man?" Oh my God, here we go with the shit again.
He's always talking smack.
Always. I just go to events now to have fun, relax, and I don't want no BS. You know, I'm a school man. I love it. I love the people. The people is why I'm here. How I got to where I am today.
That's right. That's right. Well, you've blessed us, by being on the Boxing Breakdown, and I can't say enough about you as a human being. And I'm just so happy that you're doing so well in your businesses and you're successful. And, I'm sure we're going to see each other very, very soon. And I just want to thank, I want to thank you so much for being on the program and for Mark, sharing your story.
You have my phone number. You call me anytime. Whenever you want me to show, I'm here, pimp.
Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you so much. You are the best.
Baby.
I love you, man. And God bless you. And I'll see you very, very soon. Okay.
All right, baby.
All right.
Lights out.
Lights out, baby.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So there you go, man. You guys heard it right here on the Boxing Breakdown. James, lights out Toney, bro. What an amazing opportunity to have him on the program and for him to talk about what he's been up to and his storied boxing career. Some of the most notable fights that he had were against Michael Nunn, Michael McCallan, which you heard him talk about, Iran Barkley, Roy Jones, Evander Holyfield, John Ruiz. Those were some of the notable fights. But, man, he had 90 professional fights, 77 wins, and 47 of those wins came by way of knockout. So he thrilled the fans for many, many years. He came out of the Crunk Gym. You heard him talk about his time at the Crunk Gym and training with the greats of all time. Grand Rapids, Michigan, same place that the Mayweathers come from, same neighborhood, I believe. And just an outstanding episode of the Boxing Breakdown. I want to thank you all for being with us. Thank you for tuning in today. And thank you for joining us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on YouTube, it's great to see you. Don't forget to smash the like button, hit the notifications, and subscribe. If you want to see us on Facebook or Instagram, you can find us at The Boxing Breakdown. And until the next episode, I wish you guys peace and love. This is Mark Roxey on behalf of the Boxing Breakdown. We are out.
Fight fans, join host Mark Roxey and special guests as they break down all aspects of the boxing world, including news, business, management, training, promotions, fan reactions, upcoming events, matchups, future boxing stars, title fights, state of the boxing world, and all the stuff you don't see when you watch boxing. This podcast is released each week on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live streamed on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook Live. It's the Boxing Breakdown, hosted by Mark Roxey.